Welcome back to the third and final game of Slay the Troggoth King. As you can see, the Trog boss is watching, waiting for his turn to enter. And then we've got a unit of 3 rock guts there, a unit of 3 rock guts there. The fell waters are back. We've only one Trog model at the moment. And I'm left with 8 blood warriors because I did lose one more on a 1. I've got 5 skull reapers and the all important slaughter priest. And now what I need to do is I need to roll on the events table. So I'll roll that now. A 2, that's never good. Minus bravery, no running. Oh, well, that's not good. I mean, I've got that written down, so I better fully check what that means. But it looks I can't run, and I may not have any bravery. Minus 1 to my bravery, I believe. I'm a minus 1 bravery, and there's no running allowed. Right, so roll off for turn 1. 1 to 3 is the Troggoths. 4 to 6 it is khorne. A 1. So the Troggoths will be going first. So I'll roll for the unit of rock guts over here. A 1, so they hold, which means they cannot shoot either because they're over 12. So the next unit of rock guts, oh, they are within 12 of the blood warriors. So a 2, that's hold, which does mean they get to shoot, which means I don't think they can fail. Roll 1 dice, there's 8 models in the unit, it can't roll an 8, it's less than them, so they will take D3 mortal wounds. 1 mortal wound, that's fine. A guy on the back has taken a wound, I can live with that. And now for the unit of fell waters, and they are... yeah, they're more than 12 away. They rolled a 2, which is hold, and their shoot is 6. So that's the end of Rock Guts turn 1. Not bad for me, everybody held. So, khorne turn 1. So the first thing I'm going to do is my slaughter priest is within 14 inches of those. It's 16 for it, so on a 4 plus, D6 mortals, which I get off. And I do 4. They do not have a save against mortals. So that is a dead fell water. Nice start there from the slaughter priest. Oh yeah, by the way, I've got a I've now got a artifact of power which gives me +1 rend and a wound of a 6 does double damage for one of my weapons, so I've put it on the big sword. And now I also have a command trait for winning the last game, and for that he has a 5 up save against unsaved wounds or mortal wounds. And what we're going to do now is we'll move on to movement phase and come back if I wipe them out. So I don't want to wipe too many out and give it a chance for them to come back. Right, so I decided it was very unkhorne-like to wait them to come for me. So what I've done is I've shuffled those guys up. They're going to charge in there. They need an 8, but I have +1. So they need a 7. These guys, the blood warriors down here, only need a 6. 5.5, 6. I'll have to measure it again, but I'm pretty sure it was a 6. He stayed where he is. I'm just going to keep trying mortal wounding them to death before they get to me. So let's roll some charge rolls. So, these skull reapers first. Only a 5, which is not enough. Do I re-roll it with my 1 command point? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're going to be out of everything else for the command point. Could give them re-roll hits of 1 or re-roll saves, but no, I'll re-roll that charge. And I still failed, so that's not good. So, the blood warriors. A nice big 10, so that's fine. So they'll be in. So I'll get those in and we'll crack on with combat. So here we are. So I'll start with my glaive guy down here first. 3s and then 4s. 2 hits. Only 1 wound, that's a shame. 1 rend, so it becomes a 6. Which they don't make. And it is 2 damage. So he gets a 5 up against these. Which he saves 1. So the glaive has done 1 wound. And now I've got the dice here for 6 other guys. These are 3s and then 3s. 3 misses, all 1, so could have done with re-rolling ones, but never mind. Actually, I need to add an extra dice for the champion. I'll do that in a moment. That 2 was in, but it missed. So roll for the champion, extra 1, 3s and 3s, it hits, and it wounds. So there are all the wounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 wounds total. So 8 wounds, 5 and then a 5. That's cocked, and that one was cocked. It's still cocked. Right. So saved 3 of them. Move away from that where it keeps cocking. I'll do them here. And then another 2. So 3 go through. With that one, that actually kills a troggoth. That's not bad at all. But now they get to hit back. So it's 2 guys, 3s and 3s. Oh, 2 misses. That's excellent. Oh, that is brilliant. They did nothing. Oh, fantastic. So that is the end of Khorne. Turn 1. I have no battle shocks to take because I didn't lose anybody. So that's it for turn 1. So it will now be roll off for turn 2. Oh, first off, we see if he comes in at the end of the start of turn 2. So on a 1 to 2, nothing happened. Technically, it needs to be a 5 or a 6 because you can bring a unit in if one died, but one hasn't died yet, and that's on a 3 and a 4. So anything that's not 5 or 6, the Trog Boss will be coming in down there. It's a 1, so the Trog Boss doesn't enter. Now the roll off for turn 2. A 6, so that will be Khorne. So here we are, the start of Khorne turn 2. So what I'll do first then is, again, I will attempt with my Slaughter Priest to mortal the Fell Waters. So on a 4+, and it fails to go off. So that's it for my hero phase. So what I'm going to do is, the Skull Reapers are going to shuffle up a little bit more, and then I'll be charging them in, and hopefully doing mass slaughter. So there we have them, 3 inch away. There was 8 before. They have a movement of 5. They get +1 to charge, so they can't fail even on a Snake Eyes. But they get an 8. So a 9 with their +1. So we'll pile them in. So the Skull Reapers are in. All 5 of them got in. So I shall start off with the Vicious Mutation first. So the Vicious Mutation first. 3s and then 4s. No, that one fails, of course it does. And now they're normal attacks. 4 guys, 4 attacks each for 5 guys. So 6s are mortals, 3s and then 3s. Once I can pick them all up. So into the tub they go. 6s are mortals. So that's 1, 2, only 3 6s in all of that. That's a little shameful. Oh, there's a 2 there, but all the others are hits. That's not bad, so that's 3 mortal wounds. In addition, they all go back into there. That's a worse roll. I see a lot of 1s and 2s there. So, 2, 4, 6, 10 wounds. So, 10 wounds at a 5 up. They only save 2. That's excellent, which then I have to add 3 dice back in for the mortal wounds, which will get another 5 up again. Of course, this time they do so much better. 5 wounds total, so it does kill a rock gut and put a wound on one, but with all those wounds, I was hoping for more. So it's now the rock gut's turn. So obviously I will go with the fairness, so it'll be these guys going first. So 2 guys, 3s and then 3s. Oh, 3 1s. This is going well for that unit of Blood Warriors. And that one's hit. So that is a 6 up save. Which he doesn't make, which is 3 damage. So that kills that guy and that guy. Because he had 1 wound, but then they both get to pile in an attack. So 3s and 4s. 1 wound. 5 up, no. 5 up, no. So he did a wound back on dying. And now it is the Blood Warrior's turn. So pile him so he's in coherence here. So I shall go with the glaive first. 3s. Of course, one misses. And 3s. Oh, it wounded. So that becomes a 6 save, which they don't make. 2 damage. So a 5 up. No. So that's another 2 damage from the glaive. So he has now taken 3 wounds. And now I have 5 other guys. 3, 4, 5. 1 extra for the champion. 3s. A few misses in there. And then 4s. Not bad, I suppose. 4 wounds. So 5 up. Save 2, of course. And then a 5 up against those 2, which, no, they didn't save either. Excellent. So that's another Rockgut dead. And that final wound passes on. And now for the unit of Rockguts over here. Again, 2 guys. 3s. 3 hits. And 3s. Ouch. 3 wounds. I get a 6 save. Oh, I made 1. That is a shame, though. That is 2 dead guys. So I'll take the guys from either edge. The guy from there. And the guy from there. And then on a 5 up, they do D3 mortals back. 1 5 up. So for D3 mortals, it's always 1. 5 up save. No. Excellent. So that's another wound gone through. Those 2 guys are now dead. They don't take battle shock, thankfully. So that's fine. Those 2 guys are dead, but these 2 do take battle shock. So where it'll be is, I start on 6. Obviously, because of the scenario I rolled, I am now a 5 off my base. But I do have a banner, so I'm back to 6. I've lost 2. So a 5 or a 6, I lose a guy. A 4, so I am fine. That's for the Rockguts turn 2. So we'll start with the unit of Fell Waters over here. Yep, they are more than 12 away. A 1, that's hold again. That's going well for me with those. They're staying right where they are, and they're not in range to shoot. So, the unit of Rockguts in close combat with the Skull Reapers. Roll a 2, that's spooked. And they have nowhere to... Oh, suppose there's a gap round the side. See, I'm not sure if they're supposed to run directly away, and if they are, they run off the board. But I can't see that being fair in the game. So I'll roll the run dice. They roll 4, plus their 6, and they'll go straight this way. So they run 10 inch over to there. Just like that. So that was good. And now for the one guy with the Blood Warriors. Oh, that's not 5. Hold. So that's okay. He gets to throw a brick at them though. So it has to be equal to or less. And there's still 6 guys, so he can't fail again. It's a 3. And then they take D3 mortal wounds. Of course they take 3 mortal wounds. And because it's not in combat, he does not get to pile in an attack. Because it's only if they die in combat. And now, sorry, we're onto the combat phase, so the Rockguts get to go first. Well, the one guy. 3s, 1 hit, and 3s. No, it didn't wound, excellent. The Blood Warriors, I don't know how they've survived. So, the glaive first. 3s, 1 hit, and 3s. And it wounds, so that 5 becomes a 6 save, which he doesn't make. 2 damage at a 5 up. Of course. And then the other 4 guys. 4 guys, 1 for the champion. 3s. Again, another not bad showing these from the Blood Warriors. And then 4s. Only 3. Yeah, that's a shame. 5 up. Oh, doesn't save any. Or when they hold, they do get to heal. Sorry, so on a 4+, he gets his wound back. Yeah, he gets his wound back. 5 up. Saved into one of them. So 2 damage. So he has taken 2 wounds. And that is the end of Rotgut's turn 2. So, first of all, same as the end of turn 1. 1 to 2, nothing happens. 3 to 4, another unit could come in if one's been wiped out, but they haven't yet. So, 5 or a 6, he will come in there. If not, it's nothing happens. It's a 3, so nothing happens again. Hopefully, I'll have to see. It may have to come in on a certain turn. So if not, I'm just going to be fighting Rotguts over Rotguts, because they're just going to keep coming back in. So it's time for roll off for turn 3. And again, 1 to 3 is the troggoths, 4 to 6 it is khorne. It's a 3, so the troggoths get to go first. That could be painful. So we'll start with the 2 that ran before. They are still within 12. A 5. That is charged. So let me measure this. 6 inches from them. Oh, 8 inches from him. That's good. So they charge those. So they make a normal move, which gets them within 3. And then they get to charge. But they don't shoot when they charge, which is good. They rolled a 6, which is fine. And then the unit of Rotgut, the one guy over here, in close combat. Oh, he's spooked as well, so he doesn't get to heal. I'm going to have to run him up. See, that's not fair, because he's running in towards them, so that's not fair on me. I'll have to do it, though, because you can't run him off the board, otherwise I'd have lost 2 units of Rotguts to running off the board. So he's running 12 inches, unless, of course, it runs him into combat, which it can't, and then we do have a problem. He's literally millimetres outside of 3 inch from his 12 inch run. But I'm going to have to check on that and see what happens, because maybe that unit of Rotguts and he should not be there now. And then the unit of Fellwaters over here. Again, they're still over 12 away. They rolled a 6, which is advance, which means they get to make a normal move. Their move is 6, so they 2 go to there, but they are out of range of their spitting, because it is only 6 inch, and they are still 8 inch away. So, combat phase, the 2 guys on the Skull Reapers. Ran away and then came back, which they may not supposed to be there, so I'll be gutted if they'd wipe me out now. Oh, of course. 2 wounds, I get a 6 save, which I don't make. That is 2 dead guys, who would then get on a 5 up, do D3 mortals. Oh, both of them. Oh, 5. And they did have a 2 on them before, I just forgot to take it with them. So that's 5 mortal wounds. At a 5 up. Can't kill them, unfortunately, but can finish one off. Well, save 3 of them, which, with the 2 wounds on him, it does finish him off, thankfully. And then it's measure that, make sure he's within 3 inch to be able to pile in. Yeah. 2.5, so he's in. So, the Vicious Mutation. 3s, it hits. And it wounds. So this becomes a 6 save, which he doesn't make, and it is then D3 damage. 2, which then he gets a 5 save against, which he doesn't make, which is 2 damage, could kill him here, and then his 4 attacks, 6s are mortals, 3s, oh, not 1 mortal, not 1 mortal, and 3s, of course only 1 wound so it can't kill him, double 5, nope, and nope. So of course he's left with just 1 wound, because he couldn't kill him. And I don't like how he's up there now when he should die, I'm not sure. But anyway, we are now on to khorne, turn 3. So to start off with, D6 mortals attempting on the Fellwaters. which it goes off. And it is 5. Excellent. So that kills a guy. And it puts a wound on that guy. Well done, Mr. Slaughter Priest. And I might send him in now to finish him off because he does have a decent save and extra damage and so on his weapon. So after that, the Blood Warriors obviously are going to shuffle up there and try and take that guy out, or at least tie him up. So I'll get up there and get ready to charge in. There we go. Ready to charge in, that's the 1 wound. Nice big 11, excellent, so wherever they want. They're going to surround him. I'm going to surround that one guy, get all around his base to keep him there for now. Oh, and my Slaughter Priest also needs to charge in a 9, which is enough. He's 8 away, so he's in. So that's everybody in. I've just had a quick look, and the game just keeps going until he comes in. So ideally when you're playing this, you want him to come in early, because I'm going to end up with nothing left on the table except a Slaughter Priest before he comes in. No, he's just sat there giggling to himself thinking, I'm not helping, I'm not doing anything. Because these guys can keep coming back once I've wiped them out as well. And there's 1 guy left from each unit, which I may well kill now. So we will start with, I'm going to start with the Skull Reaper, because that guy's only got 1 wound left. So the Vicious Mutation first. Of course it misses, because this is where it's going to not do anything. 4 attacks, 6 as a mortals. And 3s and 3, so 1, 6. So 1 mortal wound. And so he gets a 5 up against this one, which he doesn't make. And then with the mortal added, another 5 up. Oh, he didn't make either, good. So that is him, and that unit of Rot Guts wiped out. So that Skull Reaper's surviving for now. Now, I think he is more in danger. Although he's got extra damage, I do believe he can do more and he's more in danger. So whittle those guys down. He may survive then. So 2 attacks, 3s and 3s. Oh, 1 missed. It wounded. I get a 6 save, which I don't make. I wish I'd make one of these saves, because if I do a 6 save, I do a mortal back. That's 3 damage, and a guy did have a wound. I've just not moved the wound dice up with him. So that'll kill the wounded guy and the second guy. But then they both get to pile in an attack. So 3s, of course, and 4s, of course. So you 2 were pointless. So now I will go with my Slaughter Priest first, because he's the only one left in danger. 3s and then 4s. It's 3 attacks. It has +1 rend, and if a wound of a 6 does double damage. So 3s, of course. Should have given himself reroll 1s. And 4s. Well, at least it wounded. So it's 1 rend. So their 5 save becomes a 6. Which, thankfully, they do not make. So that is 2 damage so far. And then the other weapon is D3, the Wrath Hammer. Oh, just the 1. 4s and 4s. It hits. It doesn't wound, of course not, because then he's left with 1 wound to be able to strike back. So, 4 attacks. 3s and 3s. Is it? It is. So that one was in, that one's a miss. 3s and all 3 wound. It's got 1 rend, so his 5 becomes a 6. I make 1 of them, and they are 2 damage each, so then I get 4 saves to 5 up because of my extra save, which I only save 1, great. So he's taken 3 damage in return for the 2 he did. And then I get to go with the Blood Warriors over here. So the glaive goes first. 3s, of course it does. And then the other 2 guys +1 for the unit champion. 3s. And then 4s. 2 wounds which cannot kill him. So 5 up, definitely. And then another 5 up. Of course he did. So he took no damage back, which is out. So that's not good, because I charged in there. But that is the end of turn 3, which is not bad, because hopefully he comes in now. A unit's been wiped out as well, so on a 3 out of 4, that unit comes in. It may have to come in over here or over here, depending on the range it needs to be away when they come in. Oh, 5. The troggoth emerges. So I'll do some measuring and some checking, see what range he has to be outside of when he arrives. Well, it does say set him up within 3 inches of the edge of a battlefield. There is no other restrictions. But I'm going to put him in over here simply because it's the furthest away he is from combat. And that's good for him, for them to try and wipe me out first. The more damage they do to me, the better. So, roll off for the turn. So I really do need this. And I get it. Excellent. So, I will attempt. Is he in range? He is not. Oh. He is in range. So, I'm going to attempt a D6 mortal, the troggoth. I don't think he gets a save against it either. It goes off. Oh, the big bad 6. And that is amazing because he does not get a save against mortals. So that's a big bad 6 wounds to him as soon as he enters. To say they should have run off the edge of the board, I think that kind of makes it fairing itself out a bit. So, my Skull Reaper. You know what? I'm going to start bringing him towards the troggoth. Remember, there's no running, unfortunately. So he can just move to there. So, on to combat. I'm going to try and kill him with my Slaughter Priest first. So, 3s and then 4s. And the 6s on these does double damage. So, obviously nothing again. D3 on the second one. 3 attacks. 4s and 4s. So, 2 hits. Oh, 2 wounds. So, this could kill him. And his save is a 5. Yay! It wiped him out. Thank you, Mr. Slaughter Priest, doing something. Excellent. So, Mr. Rockgut over here gets to go. 3s, 2 hits. And 1 wound, which I get a 6 save against. Still haven't made one of those. 3 damage, so a guy takes a wound, which will be the unit champion, and the banner guy dies, because I want to keep the glaive in. So, I get to go back the glaive first. 3s, both hits, and 3s. 1 wound, 1 rend, so that becomes a 6, which they don't make. It is 2 damage, so then these are a 5. Doesn't make either, so that is 2 damage, and now 3 attacks from this guy. 3s, of course 2 miss, so he can't kill him. And 4s, nothing in return. So he's probably going to heal his 2 wounds afterwards. So that is the end of Khorne turn 1. Turn 4. Battle shot, yes, I do need to take it because I am a base 6. I was extra with him, but he's gone. So because of the -1 on a 6, a guy runs. Whew. Thank you. I'm a 5. So, we are now on to Rockgut's turn 4. So, I will roll for him first. He is over 12 inches away, the troggoth. Rolls a 2, which is hold, which is excellent for me, because it means he does not... Although he can heal on a 4+, which is probably not good. Oh, he failed, yes. Because then he's still got 6 damage. Ah. So then this unit of Rockguts, up close and personal. A 6, which is Rampage, which means he's going to squish them now. I don't know whether that's a good or bad outcome, because he doesn't get to heal. but he gets also fight now and in the combat phase. So 3s, both hits, 3s again, both wounds, so I get a 6 save. I need to save both of them, which I don't, although it does mean he does a mortal wound back, which he gets a 5 up against. Oh, I'm saved 1, so he gets 5 up, and he saves it, and then does, because of the 3 damage from the other one, those 3 guys are dead, which means they get to pile in an attack. So I'll do the unit champion first, 3s, all missed, of course, and now the glaive, 3s, and 3s. Ooh, 2 hits, and these become a 6 save. Saves neither, which becomes 4 damage. And these are a 5. Oh, and he only saves 1, which I've returned fire and killed him also. So not only are the Blood Warriors gone, so is he. So it now is a Skull Reaper, a Slaughter Priest, and a Trogboss. Well, that is the end of the Trogger's turn 4, and it doesn't say anything about you stop rolling once the Trogboss emerges to see if anybody else comes back. So, on a 1 to 2, nothing happens. A 3 to 4, a unit will come back. And on a 5 to 6, nothing happens because the Trogboss is already here. It's a 2, so nothing happens. And now we roll off for the turn 5. Oh, the Rotguts get it. So, he rolls, he's more than 12 away, a 3, which is advance. So he gets to move 6 inches, but I don't think he has a throw, so that's not bad, because he doesn't charge or anything. So he's now just at the other side of the rocks, just like so. So, that is the end of the Rotguts turn 5. It's time for Khorne. So again, here comes attempts to D6 mortal him. He has 6 wounds left. So I could kill him with this. Of course not. Well, I'm keeping my Slaughter Priest out of trouble. He's staying there until he has to get into combat. So he moves his 5. And then what is his charge range? 11. So, and it needs an 11, which he doesn't get. And I'm not command point re-rolling it. There's no point. It was just worth a try. So that is the end of Khorne turn 5. Very short turn indeed. So, turn 6, again. 1 to 2, nothing happens. 5 to 6, nothing happens. 3 to 4, another unit of Rotguts coming. Of course they do. Well, it's a bit unfair to put them there for me, so they can come back in this corner and try and catch up to El Skull Reaper even there. So, roll off for the start of turn 6. I've got to try and kill him before they kill me. Oh, and I roll a 5. Excellent. So, attempt to D6 mortals yet again. Still doesn't go off. Mr. Skull Reaper can shuffle up just that little bit closer. No, I think he's safer over there for now. I was thinking of bringing him into combat to try and kill him before they get to me. But he's still 6 inches away, so here's his charge roll. He rolls a 7, so he is in. And I've got several command points now. I've not used any for a few turns, so 3 I believe. In fact, I don't think I've used any. Oh, the first turn to reroll, so yeah, I've got 4. So I'm going to use 2 on this guy. So he reroll hits of 1, and he rerolls saves of 1. And then I get to go first. So the Vicious Mutation. 3s. It hits. 4. Of course not. 4 normal attacks. 6 of the mortals. Rerolling hits of 1. 3s. No mortals. And 3s. So 3 wounds. And is a 4 save. Hold on a minute. If he rolls a dice, oh, when I take a mortal wound, he does it at the start of the combat phase. And it didn't. It's got to be equal to... Oh no, equal to or greater than, so I do suffer a mortal wound. My apologies there. So he's got 3 saves at a 4+. I was just interested if I had any other save afterwards. Saves 2 of them, so he has now taken 7 damage. He now gets to go back. So I shall do his crushing grip first. Oh, that's not good. If the roll is equal to or greater than the wounds, or the wounds characteristic of the model, it is slain. So he needs a 3+. And he rolled it, which kills the Skull Reaper. Yep, so he is dead. But it is in the combat phase, so on a 5 up, he gets it. D3 mortals, which he doesn't get a save against. The big 3, which is what I wanted, puts him on 9 wounds. He's only got 3 left. I've made a mistake though, that may have cost... I don't know if it saved me or cost me. Because all I've got to do is kill him. So maybe I should have brought my Slaughter Priest in with his save, but he is deadly with his D6 damage, so... We'll see what happens. Now it is the Rock Guts. Turn 5, I believe. So he's within 12. Well, I'll do the big unit, the unit over here. So they're miles away. Roll a 3, which is advance, so they get to move their 6. And now the Trog Boss is within 12. That's not good. That's a nice big charge. So he gets to move his 6-inch, and I believe he gets to heal as well. So on a 4 up, he gets to heal. Please fail. Oh, and he failed, thank you. And he gets to move his 6. And then he gets to charge in, and he needs a 4. Please fail. Please fail. Oh, I thought he was going to fail, but he didn't. Which is not good, because this has probably won them the game. So, to start off with, at the start of the combat phase, I suffer a mortal wound. There's nothing I can do about it, but I do get a 5 save against it. Which I don't make. So that puts me on 4 wounds, which is not good. Because I believe I've only got 1 wound left now. It's either 5 or 6. Which wouldn't matter shortly. So, the Crushing Grip. It's 6 wounds, which is okay, because he's got to be equal to or greater than, so he's got to roll a 6 to be able to crush me. Which he didn't, so that's good. But now, this is where the pain comes. 3s and 3s. 3 hits. Oh, that is brilliant! Oh, that could not have gone better. I thought I was a dead man. So it's time for the Slaughter Priest to return fire. So, 3s. Of course. And that was the one with the extra rend and double damage on a 6, because of course it would. D3 attacks. 2, so I can kill him. No, I can't, because I did nothing in return, which is not good for me. So that is the end of turn 5. So, turn 6, again. 1 and 2, nothing happens. 5 and 6, nothing happens. 3 out of 4, another unit returns. It's a 2, so nothing happens. And now, we roll off for the start of turn 6. And it's Khorne's. Oh, thank you, Khorne. Thank you, the blood god is smiling down on me. D6 mortals on a 4+. He gets it off. Anything but a 1. And Khorne, with lightning striking down from the heavens, he explodes the Trog Boss into smithereens, and the Slaughter Priest, sticking his tongue out at the Rock Guts, you never got back into it. And for once, Khorne is victorious.